Three, two, one. Good evening, YouTube. How are you all doing today? So I'm back again with a little video. Um, so I've recently, you've maybe seen my keyboard videos, and hopefully they'll be funny or nice or whatever. So this is just a little update on like the real world, what's going on in my sort of little bubble and in Milan in general. Um, how I'm doing and a bit of an update. You might see that I've finally, like 3 months, I finally got to the barber, to the hairdresser. Um, so I don't have like um, like the ring, like the mullet. Because that's not a good look when you're bald. You know, it's, it's quite hard to rock that really. It's you've got to, when you're bald, you've got to really embrace it and go the full way. I like to have a little bit like um, when I have friends that they shave or they have fully shaved heads, but you can't really win really because when you have a bit of hair or when you have like hair, people say, "Oh, you should shave it. You're bald, so accept being bald." But every time, literally every time you shave a zero, oh, why did you do that? Oh, look, why did you go? You should have kept some. It's better. Look, everyone has opinion. Everyone always, whatever you do, if you keep it longer, people are, no, that looks bad. Um, Shave it more. Um, but when you shave a zero, you get a lot of strange comments. People say weird things. So, um, whatever. The same with the like. I have it how I want to have it. Like I don't really care to be honest. Like um, even yesterday, whatever. It was getting bushy. It was maybe looks worse, but I don't really see a difference. I'm not like Ashton Kutcher or Justin Bieber or someone like. Um, but then I don't know. I can't think of someone ugly at the moment. But you know, I'm kind of just a standard guy. Like, whether at my worst, it's not huge difference to my best. You might disagree. I don't know if people, when it does feel good when you get, when you look after your appearance and when you look good. People like it, I guess. But even back when I was at university and I had hair and I could do all the spiky thing, I love rock music and more like emo kid. But even when I took care of myself, like then you still get bullied, like either way. So when people still say, "Oh, you paint your nails, or you straighten your hair, you spend time." Um, People like you know because you look after yourself because you spend a lot of time on hair and things. Girls always think you're gay, or which is fine if you are. Like if I like you know, but it's just what. Oh yeah, yeah. What? Like when I ask a girl out, like when I had my spiky hair, like mohawk and things, like black clothes and oh, I thought like you have a gay vibe, like I'm like as gay, like this. I'm as gay as I am, or not gay or straight, whatever. I'm the same sexuality as I am because I have a fringe or because I wear eyeliner or put on um, fingernail like a nail polish. Um, that doesn't really. Yeah, but I don't know. Like maybe it does. Like maybe the straightest straight person wouldn't do various things, but I know many. I don't know. Yeah, maybe comment. Does does your hairstyle, how much time you spend, have some effect on your sexuality or identity? I guess, like, the fact, like, liking boys or liking men, liking women, that affects my sexuality. Not well, anyway. Or like because you're small, because you're slim. Um, that's you're like, well, that's a different story. That's a different video. That wasn't the point of my. I've kind of rambled into that. Um, but yeah, funny. That's just some comments you get. Like as a guy, when you don't care, when you don't look after yourself as much, people, oh, you look better like this. I think you look like this. Um, when I was in Australia, I went a long time without finding. I was a bit. I'm a very anxious person. I've struggled a lot with anxiety and things, and just it's one of those strange things like finding new place. Okay, I went to Australia. I know. Like I travel and I do lots of new stuff, so it might seem counterintuitive, but certain situations, I'm just so anxious. Like, one of those is finding a new. When I'm used to having a certain hairdresser or barber, like my auntie had already, either my auntie or one specific salon, hairdresser, whatever, would cut my hair. So always I went, you know, when I was younger, my auntie would just do the shave the head, um, or I went to one in David Lloyd Sports Centre. Um, so I don't know, just because like in a different country and fine, um, I was in small towns also a big part of it. Um, I was in tiny rural villages, and I hadn't found to go along a long story short. I shut up, Meg. Uh, I I hadn't found a barber in a long time, so I went to this. I was in Mildura, and in the middle of like kind of it's kind of a tiny 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 city in the middle of kind of the desert. Um, and I was working there, looking for work. I worked for picking nuts, and I was doing walnuts and tomatoes and not tomatoes, grapes and stuff. Um, and I was at the ball, like, um, I decided to go bald. I don't know, 23, and I was bald, and I'd grown a bit of hair, um, and this girl was pretty nasty to me, pretty horrible. Like she was like, "Oh, why don't you get your hair cut? Why, like, why does it all have to be about appearance? Like, I'm yeah, like I said, like I'm not. Either way, I'm not. I don't know. It was a can't think of an like. I don't be horrible to anyone. Like Susan Boyle. Like let's just say like one of the classic, like unattractive people. And I'm not Zac Efron, but I'm not like someone gross. I don't know. So why does it matter really? Like, um, some people are attracted to me, some people aren't. It you know kind of I do fine. Like I can like screw you. I it doesn't get enough people on Tinder or chatting or in clubs. I talk to plenty of people, and plenty of people hit on you, like um, how I have my hair or what clothes I have. Like sometimes because I'm awkward and um, being a gamer geek and being dyspraxic, and things like this. I'm socially awkward. I'm a lot better now. I'm a lot more comfortable in things. But for example, like I love metal music. So if you put me in like um, it's like a pop scene, pop club. I'm wearing like a shirt. I'm not so comfortable wearing like more formal clothes, shirts and stuff. I prefer hoodies and like casual clothes, black and whatever, or football shirts. And um, yeah, I had glasses. So the typical geek, like nerdy guy, like lost in the dance club. And yeah, people are just horrible. Like they'll oh, you virgin, nerdy. I'm it's like at that point, like I'm I'm far off a virgin as you can be. Like another video, but that's for another video. But literally, like how you've got this image. I don't know, like Sherman in American Pie, or like any of the American Pie guys, like or Leonard Hofstadter, or the nerd, but again, like being having a geeky look or wearing glasses or things has nothing to do with your sexuality or who you've been with. Like in American TV shows, like sure, um, you have like the 40-year-old virgins that are shy um, but yeah, because you have glasses and you're wearing a shirt and you're looking a bit uncomfortable, that means you're a virgin. Yeah, sure. Literally, like I couldn't be any further, really. There's no, I'm not going to get to that. A different. I'm going way off topic, like I always do. Hence that's the, the shut up Meg thing. Maybe it's my brain. Maybe it's the dyspraxia. It's the my brain doesn't order things. I find it difficult to stick on a planned route, planned topic when I. But that's why it's I'm probably such an interesting teacher because you always you love those teachers where they kind of go off onto different things and it's fun and you enjoy the lesson. I always love my English teacher and other teachers, those sort of thinkers. So let's get back to that was a bit of a babble of my life and some things that I have to deal with. You know, we'll get into that sort of rant later. And other videos are more kind of now I've finished my piano videos. Um, I've still got stuff in the works. But I know I just wanted to get stuff out, and even if it's not really ready and perfect, I just wanted to show people, okay, I can play the piano a bit, and but now I want to kind of have more time. I'm not a professional. I'm not um, Benjamin Bloom, like my new favorite YouTuber. Like he seems to post every day about he talks about the championship, and so go watch him. He's a good guy. But he's a pianist and does live performances and maybe teaches and stuff. I'm not sure exactly, but no, good guy. So I'm kind of a wannabe, the wannabe Benjamin Bloom, and he knows knows everything about football championship. So that's my ideal thing to um yeah, no, anyway, that's about him. So go watch his channel if that's if you want to talk, watch about football and see some like proper piano. My just makeshift. I'm not saying I'm not good. I just very makeshift in this situation. I had no plan to do YouTube, no plan to do this. I'm very I'm a timid sort of gentle person. I not really into all of this kind of views and subscribers and look, okay, come on, do my, that's the sort of thing. It's like the anxiety, and I really hate that. The marketing and the be my friend, do this, watch this video, be like this. But I'm gaining confidence Um, I hope you like to hear about my life. I've got a lot of funny stories and things, and um, very self-deprecating, and I love to talk about myself, and it's probably my favorite thing, talking about myself and having that stupid laugh, like stupid joking and fun, poking fun at myself because I have a funny life. Like I kind of see myself like the Mr. Bean character, like I do the most ridiculous stupid things. Like I'm pretty intelligent, but it's just some ridiculous situations and things that might be funny to you, and always seem to things I just are normal to me. I tell people about things, and um, it's strange or funny to like regular people. Um, so let's go on. Let's get back to the point, or else this will be like 3 hours long, and we have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for Meg ranting for 3 hours. So let's stick it maybe 30 minutes. We can aim. I'm not great at time. Another thing with being dyspraxic, like time doesn't really, I don't really understand it. I just babble for a bit and hope it's not too long for you and you don't get bored. So, I can always cut and edit, maybe cut stuff out if it's crap. So back to the point. So yeah, if you don't know, I live in Italy. Most of you watching are my friends anyway. So, um, but not everyone watching YouTube is my friend or is my student or whatever. So, in case you don't know, um, I live in Milan, and we're out of lockdown now. So I could go to the hairdresser. I go to some lessons. I'm a teacher, so I've started going back to some lessons. And I went to my favorite bar. My favorite, not that sort of bar. In Italy, you call a bar a cafe, a bar. Um, so I've not been to a bar like a drinking bar, a pub, or club. Obviously, they're not. They'll be a while before they're open. But some restaurants. So I'm looking forward to going back to all you can eat sushi, getting pizza, and not getting Deliveroo, and not getting Just Eat, or cooking. Will be nice. So going back, um, getting the trams really straight. Not tram. What do I mean? The trams, yeah, the tram would be very strange as well. But the metro, getting the train, getting the metro. There's very few people. The first week there was 5 or 6 people, so it's a bit spooky getting the metro. Maybe I'll do a video. I'll put my videos of the. Today I just wanted to talk and get some things out, and so maybe I'll do put some videos of Milan and like the stadium and um, things opening up and the cafe and things. I've got some video footage, so um, I'm working on editing that and getting some sort of vlog kind of thing. Um, but for now, I'll have to make do with me rambling about it. So yeah, it was good going to my students. It's I went in the start in the beginning of the lockdown. I thought, okay, it's a horrible situation for everyone, but for me, um, being dyspraxic, I struggle with the travel, the timing, like I have to work out how long things take, working out maps, directions, remembering, um, get when you get a new student and you have to find the way. I'm always sat with Google Maps and like, oh, do you remember my boss or whatever? Oh, do you remember the route? Like you've been there so many times. Like, no, I don't have any memory of route of directions, routes. Um, it's very difficult. So time management is difficult. Um, Having physical paper, my handwriting's terrible. I don't have to write on the board. Um, so using a computer is fantastic. Using the internet, using Skype or Zoom or whatever, for lessons, it was great. But there are a lot of downsides to Zoom or Skype or things. Connection. You're constantly, are you there? Are you there? Like, you're listening. With kids, they don't concentrate. They maybe mess about. They, in a physical classroom, you can see them there. You can help them. You can um, see their work. You can correct their work. You got the board. You can get them to write on the board. You can um, do do different things. You can do board races. You can do games. So in that sense, um, with kids, it's not as good. But and that's why people pay a lot more for face to face lessons. So the good things about online, like why I learn online, like I've done Italian lessons, Czech, Chinese, Korean. Um, because of the virus, I've stopped. Well, financially, I don't have the money to keep paying 15, 20 euros every week. Well, 30 euros because I was doing two, Chinese and Korean. So that's a big shame. Like a year, it's kind of put in the bin a bit. All my work, hard work, difficult languages, um, Chinese especially. Um, so that's a shame. But I just don't have the money. And if I'm not going to China or Korea, is there a need to learn Chinese? Um, so I love my lessons, and it's a real shame. But that was a decision I had to make. I decided. My card obviously. My card was blocked, and opening a new bank account and just pain in the butt. So I couldn't physically pay for it, for the lessons. Even though I had money in my, I had money to come, like my pay. So things, just weren't meant to be. But I know I learned a lot. It's still good to learn a language, even if you don't continue. You learn a lot about the culture. You have a good time. You meet someone. You meet a teacher, and you get to know them. Those hours I really appreciate. The two ladies. All my for some reason I've always like my online teachers have always been women. Um, well, that's maybe another video. Just a personal choice, just in the list there, not because they're a lady, not particularly. If I'd have seen a man, uh, um, a guy, Czech teacher, um, uh, that I like the look, I like the kind of his profile. I don't know if it was because they were a woman or because I like the profile. I don't really remember why I, chose them. But there were three: the Italian teacher, the Chinese teacher, and the Korean teacher were were ladies. Um, so it's sad that I couldn't continue. And then the Italian I stopped a while ago because I live in Italy. I have an Italian housemate. All my friends are Italian. I was getting fluent. I was pretty fluent anyway. Um, and the cost element. And she lived in a different time zone, so it was a bit more difficult to. She lived in Ecuador or something. So it was harder to arrange, and doing all the homework, and because I was studying for the C1 exam, but in the end I thought, like, I need money to actually do the exam. I need time, and um, I'm quite happy that I'm a fluent speaker. I can prove to you, um, I prove all the time. People say, um, I don't need a piece of paper to say you're an advanced speaker. It'll be a good dream. It could be a nice, similar to the doing the ABRSM piano exams. I know, like, teachers have told me I'm an intermediate player. I know I can play grade 4, 5, maybe grade 6 pieces. I can play a lot of stuff. Like you can see. So, do I need that to do that physical exam, and get that piece of paper now? Like in my position at 32, am I going to do anything with music anyway? Am I going to use that? Could I go into like translation? I guess if I went into translation, if I did uh, do the Italian exam, it could have lead to jobs and things, and having more having certificates definitely helps. So it's something for the future, and when I have money again, if that's ever going to happen. This the last 2 years have been a disaster, complete disaster. I you know, I some backstory. Like I've been a TEFL teacher for 6 years, 2 years in the Czech Republic, 4 or 5 years, lost count. 4 or 5 years in Italy, so 4 years in Milan, 1 year in Brindisi. Um, so like got this fantastic career, doing so well, getting great reviews, like doing well. My boss always, if whenever I talk about leaving, she's like, "No, don't leave, please. We love you. The kids love you." Um, but for some reason, money and contract offers and just crashed. Um, so don't be, if you're looking into working abroad or being an English teacher, don't take me as an example, really, because at the moment now I've had a bit of a disaster, and especially with the VAT, things have gone to shit. But I have friends in Poland, I have friends in France, friends in Asia, and they're doing fine for money. They're successful in things. And in the past, I've been successful. In Milan, my first 3 years in Milan, I was doing great. I went to most Milan games. I, with hindsight, I should have done a Milan channel, but I didn't really have the confidence then to ever think about doing a vlog, or be doing match reviews or videos and stuff. Even now, I'm not really sure how to on my own to video, like just skills I don't really have. Um, so